We should be live.
Cool. Welcome everybody to Anime Detour 2026 December meeting. I think it's the 8th one, if I can count properly, on the shared calendar, which I discovered yesterday in showing Denon from staffing how to take it over, that I think most staff were not getting it. Or sorry, not Denon, Norin. Sorry, yes, Norin. That most staff were not getting the shared Google Calendar, but I think we figured it out now. Are non-heads. Are there any non-heads in the room? Can you see the Google Calendar that has these dates on it, these staffing meetings on it now? I don't know. Hopefully, yes. If anybody in chat is not a head and can verify, those should be on a Google Calendar that you can turn on now. I thought they already were, but I was wrong. So, it is the December meeting. I don't have too clever of a subtitle, so I just went with Merry Holiday. Let's get into deployments. Tech.
I'm pulling up one Bruce sent me.
Okay.
Justin, you want to go ahead?
Our light crew met up last night, kind of went over some modifications and some general ideas that we want to do for this year. We kind of figure out some other stuff as far as connections and all that jazz. Got your email about the projectors and stuff. I'm just waiting for an email back on Matt on whether he wants to send it or I'm going to send the email for getting the screens and projectors ordered, or at least an RFP for those. Sean had drills, so I ended up coming down, doing a little bit of inventory, and meeting a handful of people at the locker this last weekend, so we could go over some of that. There. And what was the rest of it? First, you'll be sending out an email on Monday to the departments who sent and filled out the internet request form to confirm that what the necessary amounts were added to their budgets for internet routers and drops. Reminder that guests, merch, expo hall / vendors, and the registration already have routers from 2025 and would only need to account for the line drop. We also need to send out another email to AVEX at the Sheraton to start planning the layout, design, costs, etc. For the second main stage. He's looking at sending that out on Monday or Tuesday, pending availability. And then
Yeah. The other thing is just that video production as a staffer. Still looking for more staffers.
Cool. By the way, the Sheraton has renamed the space that is going to be second stage to the Mill City Ballroom. So probably the Mill City stage should be what we kind of adopt as our name for it, lacking any amazing ideas from anybody else. If you have any, let me know, but I think Mill City stage probably will have a better vibe than second stage once we actually start putting people on it. Yeah.
Are we still?
Hold on. Breathe.
Are we still calling the Nicolette Ballroom main stage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Main stage is still main stage, but Mill City stage will be the other one. Anything separate from video production? I think you kind of said you need another staffer. Anything else?
Yeah, one or two more would be great.
Cool. IT, I don't think we have anybody from. We did actually just have recent discussions about possibly adding some VIP information to the website to, actually have that out there. It's in the ticket, like when you look at it, but unless you're already knowing to click on that in event need to look at it, you wouldn't know about it. So, might be a good idea to get that out there. I know we did just have a social media post about it. Logistics. Do we have a Sean?
we do not have a Sean.
Okay.
They were at the locker last weekend. A bunch of people reviewing their things.
Cool. Yeah, I know several other departments have been doing locker runs. So.
I know. I was talking to Dave about this while they were there, and Sean and I have kind of been talking to Dave about it. Allocating some funds to rent a truck and money to spend at the dump, because we still have half a pallet of last year's programming guides, multiple garbage bags and other stuff. When Sean and I go, we just take what we can, but our cars are not the biggest.
Yeah.
So
It's probably a good idea.
Would that be, as FOA, would that be ATC or AD? That expense?
That would be AD. That would be logistics expense. And then staffing. I don't think Norin is here, but I did just have a good meeting with him. So you might have noticed the email reminding you of today's meeting was from Norin, not from me. So he is taking over the department, and he are taking over some of the staff meeting related things. So they'll be booking the libraries, they'll be maintaining the calendar and putting out the emails from now on, which is nice. Thing I don't have to think about anymore. And just getting that department up and rolling in a better way. I know too, he said he was going to train in his subhead to also know how to do all of those things, which again, redundancy is wonderful. I know there are some department heads out there who are somewhat on an island. If you are one of those, please try not to be. Please go through your staffers and figure out if there is anybody in there who is willing to take on a little bit more responsibility. Help check emails, that admin position I'm going to go through yet again today because I keep doing it. But really, having somebody who knows how to do some or most of the things that you know how to do is really helpful for the organization as a whole. Yeah.
Would an alternate solution be binders with all we do in a unit?
That's also good. Documentation is also good, but I think both.
Yeah. Also in staffing, I'm going to be plugging the staff gift brainstorming idea form again. I'm going to post that in the Discord just as a quick reminder once we get back, because we need to get those ordered in probably relatively soon. And additionally, if you are a department head or other leadership, please make sure your name is up to date in basically any system, but also especially in the contact form. We're going to be ordering name tags soon, and want to make sure we have the correct name.
That would be good. Getting your name right, especially if it's on I don't know how fancy we're going on our department head badges,
Solid gold.
but yeah.
I don't know if I can approve the salt.
Plated. Yeah. Alright, Nikita and operations.
Well, we've got Alan and John here to do operations. Have any announcements?
Definitely. So some of you may have seen this already yesterday in the Discord, but there are 2 new forms open from us. So radio requests, do it. Even if you don't want radios, fill it out, put 0, or I will come and tell you, hey, fill out this form. The easiest way to make me not bug you if you don't want radios is to go in and put 0 for your number of radios. We will do our best to get you the number that, your happy number that you request, but please also put a different minimum number unless your happy number and minimum number are absolutely the same. Because we only have so many radios, they're a finite resource, and we may have to pick and choose who gets which number of radios, but we'll do our best to get you as close to your happy number as you can.
I think most departments were pretty close to the happy number last year, weren't they?
Last year, actually, everyone did really good, and we gave everyone their happy number. But I can't promise that'll happen again.
Right.
It all depends on what gets requested.
Alright.
There's also the special events support form. This is typically going to be line wrangling help.
Okay.
We make no promises on being able to help you. It's up to whether we have enough staff available for that. Question?
Yes, the line wrangling. When's the deadline to apply to fill this out?
I'll get to that in a second.
Sorry, that's why I went like this, and then you stopped.
Yep. So it's typically going to be line wrangling. There may be some other things where you might need a safety type person there to help you out for something as well. But generally, it's going to be mostly line wrangling. It is open for you to describe whatever you might need. Again, like I said, it is a thing of if we have enough people, we can do it. New this year also, if you really need a longer period of time of someone handling something that's kind of safety-ish, grab a couple of your staffers as volunteers and send them to one of our trainings. We'll teach them how to do it. That can definitely take pressure off of both departments by having someone who's right there with you who can handle it instead of us trying to find someone and maybe saying, hey, we're sorry, we don't have enough people during this hour to help you out.
Yeah.
So
We
by all
can give you a
means,
fancy vest to wear while doing it.
Hey, that's,
if you want the vest, we'll let you wear the vest too.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, if you do have a department where you have a small need for that kind of off and on, training somebody on your own staff might be an easier way to do it than demanding
And then
hours.
to answer Dave's question, deadline for both of those forms is 1 month before the con, so very end of February. That should be plenty of time for you guys to fill that all out, so please get it in. Also, starting up next month after the first January meeting, radio training.
Woo!
yes, you have to do it again if you did last year.
But I'm the chairman, so I don't have to, right?
If you're gonna be on the radio, you do.
Come on, Troy.
Alright.
And the last couple of things, putting on my other hats for a second, badge ribbon requests. We're approaching the deadline on those. I now have 2 requests in, so congratulations to those 2 people.
Is it end of this month?
End of next month.
End of it, okay.
Yep. So I'm gonna be working on probably the one of the 2 that are needed for it pretty soon here. I've been brainstorming ideas for it. I think I know what I'm gonna do with it. But please get your ideas in as soon as possible. Reach out to me if you have questions. And then changing hats a 3rd time here. Up on the front are leftover flyers and staff recruitment cards from Roadshow. Because Roadshow is over for the year. We don't do anything again until May. But you can feel free to grab a stack of flyers, drop them off in your own local library and little areas they have in front for stuff like that. Grab a little handful of staff recruitment cards, so if you know someone or run into someone who you think, hey, you'd be great on staff, you can slide them a card. Please take these things, make use of them.
Cool.
Alright,
Sounds good.
and that's everything then.
Okay.
I'm
Danny,
just gonna-
hold on. Danny, you're sitting right there, so I'm sure you just heard all of that, but the idea of moving food and photo studio up to 4, fill those things out or get your staffer trained.
Got it. Yep, yeah, for the lines you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And I was just gonna throw in for the radios. I know people were pretty good about it last year, but if you're a department that really does not need a radio, don't request a radio just to have it. They are a very finite resource. So
Yeah.
I think everybody was really good last year, but just kind of a reminder that if you don't need a radio, don't ask for
No,
one.
I think so. And yeah, we kind of went to the hybrid model last year with some departments on Discord, some on radio. I think
Yeah.
that worked pretty well. So that's the plan to do that again.
If we get more staffers, that'd be great. We're not quite our fluffy numbers, but we're not, oh God, somebody send us a life raft.
Cool. All right.
Accessibility? Do we have
Accessibility.
any announcements?
Kinda is listening, but coming here eventually, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't really have anything big right now. Already announced that Theo's gonna be like the sub head, and yeah, we're just kinda getting ready to get going now that we're getting closer to the con.
Okay.
So, don't have anything huge. We just posted in Twin Cities Beats, and we do get some extra work, but I have to check. So,
Cool.
yeah, nothing huge.
Have you got the info for the green room, not green room, quiet room to Dave yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So make
Do
sure that was
we-
all in works.
Okay.
That might be kind of more covering the quiet room, so that, I didn't hear what you guys said.
Just make sure you check with Dave after that, and then make sure that we have
I
info
was-
quiet room.
I was given the written instruction to have a quiet room on the third, fourth,
Okay.
or fifth store thing, and it's on my list. But of course, it's going to be at the end of it. So I have that. You sent that to me, right? Or
It would have been Tida probably.
We
okay.
have it from
Anyway,
Tyler
I got that
yeah,
information. We communicated.
You want
Do,
to
Okay.
do we know if it's the 3rd or the 4th floor?
I haven't assigned it yet.
Okay. Just make sure that that gets to graphic design, because they will put together a sign of where everything is, and also to publications, generally to put it in the book. I was wearing way too many hats last year, as we all remember, so I screwed it up on the posters on the wall and put it on the wrong floor because I didn't know where it was. Registration.
Registration. Clarissa is not here. I don't have an update from her on anything. It
Yeah.
looks like most stuff was going well. I saw she had responded to some emails a week or 2 ago.
But she did.
Yeah.
I was checking again last night, so yeah, she
So
got
I
back. I
didn't-
know graphic design was trying to figure out badge types, and I think we're good on that.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I think that's moving along.
Volcon, Denon is not here either, unfortunately. But it looks like that they were getting stuff set up. We got them their budget and everything, so.
Yep. I did rip the Band-Aid off and let the VIP ticket holders know directly that they're not in Loudon Con Suite this year. There was a little bit of kvetching. 2 people asked for a refund. I gave it to them. It doesn't seem like it went over too badly.
Yeah.
But I do think, yeah, again, getting the information of that out on the website so people do understand what we're doing with that is probably the idea.
Artist Alley and Exhibit Hall, we've had a little bit of changeover in there. Alyssa's taking a slight step back. We've got some other people stepping up to run it temporarily, but we do have progress going for both those departments. I know they have been working on solidifying down where the exhibit hall sponsors are going to be and who's going to qualify as those sponsors. So that's all been going out within the last month and a half at most. Yeah,
so Ava just put out a draft, at least, for what all the tables in exhibit hall are. So if you think that you have something in exhibit hall, please make sure that you check that draft, make sure that your thing is in it, and if it's not, contact Ava immediately. She's been kind of what is the word? Interim? Pro tem?
Yeah.
I don't know what I want, but yeah, head. Well, Alyssa's been taking a step back.
And we have some more sponsors in there that are not our usual type of sponsors. I know Cosplay has got a partnership that we've sponsoring, putting them in there. We've got a couple of our other usual vendors who are becoming sponsors because they're doing something different than normal. Some VTubers are actually going to be in there.
Do we have that nailed down, or should we announce that yet, or should we wait until we have that a little bit more nailed down?
We should probably wait.
I think it's nailed down because they said they had a spot for it, but there will be more specific announcements coming to that later.
Yes.
But there's some more special stuff that are going to be coming in through the sponsors in exhibit hall itself there.
Oh yeah, couple new things, always good.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we have anything specific
Dave?
for con relations.
Con relations is, I was told that there were con swaps that I need to provide hotel rooms for. Is Michaela the person I would be talking to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there probably are. In fact, we had Buttons and I had a meeting with a woman from Convergence, because we used to be really good friends with them, and things happened over the years. But I see no reason why we shouldn't be good friends with them again. So that might wind up being a swap in the future. Also, they own a bunch of couches that live at the Hyatt Regency in their deep storage, and I want them. So.
No ulterior motives, maybe.
Yeah. So that's not figured out yet, but it is something we're looking into. All right, Buttons is not here, so we'll do our best. Charities, I don't know if we have too many announcements for them. They are bringing the silent auction back. I think that's basically an official thing at this point. That's going to be up on 4, kind of across from Artist Alley. So if you go down that hallway, there's the boardroom that is a bunch of departments' offices. Silent auction is going to be the next thing. The escape room is going to be the next thing. And then the photo studio now is going to be the next thing. The thing that used to be on the first floor in the loud back area across from Exhibit Hall, it's going to move up to 4. So that hallway is going to be a lot more exciting. Video gaming, I think, is rolling along. I don't think we have anything huge, unless Dave does.
Do you know how many rooms they need?
No.
Okay, contact Robbie directly.
Yeah.
This is why you should have a meeting with all the department heads.
But then
Razzing. All right. Obviously, guests is Buttons. I think all but 2 of the guests have been publicly announced now. Is that right?
I believe that's what she said.
Okay.
I thought she said everybody was out, but there may have been a late addition.
Okay. Yeah. I think
And
they're
most
next,
is only 1 or 2 haven't been announced, but yeah, most everybody is out.
Yeah. And all the contracts are signed, so we are
Yeah.
good to go. Cosplay. I know we've been having lots of conversations about how to make the transition to the new plan for this year work. I think we're having a main stage committee meeting sometime soon here, so hopefully we'll have that nailed down by the next meeting. And then tabletop. DJ's been doing tabletop forever, so I never worry about it too much. I know he's pretty well got that figured out. And he's back and active and doing things again. He was taking a little time off, but he's going again. Room parties. Echo and Jimmy are both here.
Applications are closed as of last night. We have about half of them have been approved. We got a little over half that have not been approved yet because I just haven't had meetings with them yet. Theoretically, we can do 3 floors of room parties, which would be cool. There's a couple conventions that said they wanted room parties but never actually filled out the form, so I was gonna reach out to them personally and try to get them to see if they actually want to do it or not.
Okay.
And then other than that, yeah, everything's good to go otherwise.
Okay, cool. I had a bunch of notes for graphic design, and they are not in this presentation for some reason.
I deleted them when you weren't looking.
Cool. So I'm gonna have to pull up an email.
Can you stack the feedback for them? I'll go throw it at her as I drive home.
Don't know why my notes didn't happen, but. Oh my god. Where did this go? Here we go. So graphic design. They are making a number of They're saying first off to make sure that we are having a better branding consistency. Please do make sure that, especially if you're using the mascot, that is any of our 4 characters plus Demon Kitty. So I guess our kind of 5 core characters. Please do make sure that goes through them. They do want to make sure that it's consistent. Their new email, since they changed their name, is GFX, graphic design, but it's GFX@animedetour.com. If you send it to themes@animedetour.com, it will still get there. It works, but GFX is the new one. They did also make some templates for primarily social media posts, but I know other departments also have various things you send out in the world in various ways. So do check into that. Obviously, the templates are probably going to save you some time, look quite good, so it would be good to use those if there is at all one that is applicable to what you're sending. There is not a 100% requirement you must get it approved from graphics before you send things, but check with them because, again, they can probably save you time and make whatever you're doing look better. Large project deadline for art requests is December 31st, so that's really, really soon, especially because we're all going to be distracted over the next couple of weeks. Yeah. So if you do have any major art projects, please do make sure you're talking to them. You filled out their form. They are very big about filling out their form. Please do not just send emails or talk to them in Discord. Fill out the form first, and then you can send them emails or talk to them in Discord. Small projects will be February 28th, so you do have a little bit of time on that, but we all know what starts to happen in January and February. So if you have something you know that you're going to need art help on, please do get that to them as soon as you can. There is also a form for each department to review their information for the 2026 program guide. It is time to start thinking about the program guide. I know a lot of departments don't change tremendously year to year, but please do make sure that somebody is taking a few minutes, reading over it, making sure that it still says what you want it to say. Even if you don't think your department has changed much, you might read it and be like, oh, wow, that's really old. Or just not the way you want to talk about it.
Or there's a typo 3 years ago that nobody's looked at fixing because nobody looks at it.
So please do look at it. Please make sure you spend some time, and it is a form now as well. So do fill out the form, say, yes, we're good to go. All the forms are in the forms directory and the form channel on Discord as well. And of course, if you do have questions, you can email, you can reach out to them on Discord, what have you. Also, we had a bit of a changeover for our Adobe licenses. We've been paying for many years for just like business licenses for Adobe, which is super dumb because we're a nonprofit. So we fixed that as of October. Our yearly expired at that time, so we couldn't fix it until then. But yes, we now have a much better price. We now have more licenses than we did before because we're paying less for them. So, and the switchover was slightly rocky, but we've got it sorted out now. So everybody that should have one has one. Marketing.
Marketing has their updates in the chat for YouTube. So
Okay.
I'll read them off.
Yeah.
Alright, marketing social media update. If you are needing posts made and need a graphic from graphic design team, please use the Google form. Marketing has a meeting with Fathom Entertainment on Tuesday. Fathom XAD was a huge success and had a great turnout. We are looking forward to working with them in the future.
Yay.
We also have another collab with First Avenue. Ooh.
Yeah.
It was
Something
actually
that just
last
happened.
week, but we've got another one coming up, I think, at the end of January? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, was there a question?
Oh no, I was just wondering what kind of collab, but
Yeah,
They
so,
had musical artists in last weekend that they had reached out to partners with us, getting some announcements out for that. They've got another one coming up
Internet Kids.
Yeah, Internet Kids is coming up in January, I want to
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
It's a hyper pop show.
Basically, anytime they have
Oh.
nerdy kind of stuff, they're looking to do
Okay.
ticket swaps with us, which sounds great. So, yeah.
Yeah, January 9th, Internet Kids, Hyper Pop Dance Party.
Oh.
And then, real quick, a separate update going back to publications. It's also in the chat. A lot of departments' info for the programming guide doesn't change every year, and tangentially, I correct the same typos every year during proofing. Please review your guide info.
Who is that from?
That one was from Username Revolutionary Joe.
Oh, Joe, yeah, okay. That sounds right. Okay. And then, yeah, I assume social media goes along with marketing, and we've already kind of talked about it with the templates for graphics and all that kind of thing, so. Why did my notes stay here? Whatever. All right. Programming. I don't think there's too much other than for panels, the reminder that panel submissions end early this year. So it's normally January 31st. This year it is January 15th. So we're going to try to make sure that everybody knows that. I know a lot of our panels do come from staff and from people staff know. So if you know people that run panels, make sure that they're not waiting till the end of January, which we always receive like 30% of the panels in the last 2 or 3 days. So please do make sure people know it's January 15th this year. That is a move that has been a long time coming, because trying to get all of that figured out in time to get confirmations to people running panels and also get it all into our programming materials, our guides and all that is very difficult. So we're taking an extra 2 weeks this year, but that does mean that our lovely people that run panels need to get those in. At last count, which was a month ago, we were above last year, and last year we had to say no to a bunch of people. So it does look like we are still getting very healthy submission numbers, which is great. But we don't want to miss out on really great panels because they don't know our deadline. So January 15th. Dave, I know you've been super active, and I need to sign a bunch of contracts for you. What else about X?
Yeah, we've got the usual suspects. Fade's back. We've signed contracts with the Escape Room, Kotaku.
That's the Maid Cafe?
The Maid Cafe, sorry about that. Proving Ground Wrestlings is just about to sign. The new band, Harmony Arcade, is signed.
Cool.
So that'll probably be on Friday, because they can't do Saturday. And, what is it? We're going to have that circus performance group if they get back to me.
Cool. I'm still working on that one, but yeah.
Yeah, we're still working on that one. But what was I going to say?
They have a name? Who's that?
The name is Sophie Cat. I've asked for
Oh, sure.
the name of
Yeah.
the act, and she
That's all you got. I know what that is.
okay. She doesn't give me the name yet, but yeah, everything seems to be good with that.
Cool.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Video screening. DJ of tabletop fame is also our video screening head now. This is something that their team kind of knew was going to happen for a while, but it's official now. We had our interview. We have officially named him head. He's also connected with Lee, who has been our longtime video screening head, so he has a battle plan. We are condensing slightly this year, so it's going to be 2 video rooms rather than 3, but they're all going to be in pretty much the same spots they've been in, but the 2 kind of nicest rooms for it on the 4th floor. So we're still going to have Fade's AMV room and then 1 other video room. And we're looking to try to find ways to make that a little more exciting, but I don't think we have any announcements on that at this point. So.
What, the AMV room?
The AMV room I think that's going to be a better spot for it, so I'm hoping it gets a little more love in the new location. And then just other fun things to do with video screening. Hold tight. Actually, never mind. One of my notes came in, and the volunteers one also got erased, so hold on. All right, volunteers announcements. The website has been updated, and so there is a link for early volunteer signups. Obviously, this is not relevant to actual staff, but if you know other people who attend the con and regularly volunteer and acquire volunteer hours, they can sign up early for this is what they actually want to do. They can grab their shifts early, which is a pretty cool thing to have both for volunteers department, for whatever department they're volunteering for, as well as for the volunteers themselves to kind of know when they're going to be booked. They do have one new member coming back, so they're doing pretty good. They're up to 7 members. They're hoping to get to 8, 9, 10 to make volunteers department run as well as possible. So if you do know anybody to fill in those last couple chairs, that would be great. And then Caitlin does say she also did send out the form for volunteer requests for departments. So if your department is one that wants volunteers, please do fill that out so they know to send them to you and they know when to send them to you. Obviously, they cannot promise that there will be people ready and raring to do it, but if they know where the need is, that will make it all run smooth. That is it. Merchandise, I don't think. Oh,
Also in the chat,
all right.
merchandise update. We'll start sharing some art at the next meeting, and we'll begin ordering things in January.
Cool. And then facilities. I have another email that didn't copy over. So if you do have any questions about hotels, functional space setup, staff dinner, industry mixer, blood drive, or shuttle bus, that is all facilities. So that is MK. You may have just been asking me before. That's because I was doing all that shit last year. But I'm not this year. You did shuttle bus.
I'm not doing it this year either.
No. So that is MK, our awesome new facilities head. So that is where to direct those questions, or to the facilities at animedetour.com email list. I'm still on that. There are still places where it touches my role as chairman and just making, setting where everything is. But yes, in general, go to facilities department directly with questions about any of that.
But reservations still come to me.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry. Hotel event space is facilities. Hotel rooms where people sleep is Dave. And reservations. I have a slide on the staff dinner, so I'm not going to read that one. I will get there. And then the blood drive is officially a thing that is happening over at the Sheraton on Friday in the lower level. So that's just Friday. There'll be 2 rooms down there, one sort of the waiting room, and then one where, the blood is happening. Yeah.
They have a special badge ribbon you can get. It looks awesome.
Yeah. And then, MK just wanted to say, Red Cross has the widest service area, so kind of to cover the most, we do get people coming to the con from all over, so hoping to sort of establish continuity, that's why they went with the Red Cross. And then photography, Danny is here.
Hi, everybody. I think the big headline is I could definitely just use help finding staff. So I need people who are just staff as you know it, but also have some budget for specifically an editor. Last year I was just doing a lot of uploading on my own, and it's the more stuff I can get out from underneath, the more stuff I can do out in the actual con.
Yeah.
But the other change that's probably not relevant to too many people is we have had this photo studio on the first floor. It's a sectioned off part of the main stage, and it's loud. We've had Charles Nolan doing that for years now. He may or may not come this year because it's C2E2 is the same weekend. So we'll see. That would free up budget for me to hire somebody else to do it if wanted. There's a lot of stuff generally, which I'm gonna do maybe unless I can get some help with, building sets. I could definitely use help. I could definitely have staff people who are not just taking pictures, I guess is my point. So
You need some logistics people as well. So.
Yeah, potentially, right. So.
And most of that would be on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So people are shooting to the
advance, basically, people helping, create stuff.
So yeah, I just mean if people have time on Thursday, if their department's not doing anything, by all means, contact Danny and help out photography.
Yeah, so it'll just kind of vary depending on how much help I get, to be honest with you, because it depends, just how many people I have working on that. But I could probably get a lot of hours for people that aren't, clicking shutters. If you're not into taking photos, I could definitely still use a lot of help.
Or you're just not good at it.
Well, I'll take you if you're not good at it, that's no problem. But yeah, kind of the footnote to that is that first floor room that's kind of in the corner of the main performance hall is, we'll make use of it, for storage and stuff, but it's big. I think that it's a deal breaker for us, at least with the noise. So if anyone could make use of that space in any way, feel
Yeah,
free to
it's
let
always-
us
probably-
It's a deal
talk-
breaker for a lot of people because
Well,
that
yeah.
noise. So.
But yeah, probably talk to the chair team. That is, room assignments are
Yeah.
a chair team concern.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that space may be at least more available.
Right.
So if you do have some reason why you might want that space, I already know like 2 things that might want it.
Just as a-
But yeah,
But I'm gonna definitely get, I know theoretically how to get social media posts made and stuff, so I'm gonna try my best as soon as possible to make that happen, to advertise for the paid editing and photographer positions. Cause I really would love to do that and work my own networks for that as well, so.
yeah.
That's about it for me.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if everybody pays attention to these things, but photography was so much more on it last year than it ever has been before. So people are like getting the pictures they take at the con, like
Yep.
if not during the con, immediately after. So they've been much more present, much more impactful, I think, for people to do it. And so please help Danny if there is anybody who can make sure he's not a one-man show doing that. That would be fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, my goal is really just like get photos out to people, because I think that's what we're here for, so.
Alright. ATC announcements. Allie is here. You're on the board. No, you're not. You're a coordinator. Damn it. Help us here.
I am. So we had our monthly meeting on this past Tuesday. We announced that Bruce did have to step down from being a board member due to personal issues. So in that capacity, we thank him for what he did and wish him well with what he's moving forward with. Other than that, there wasn't too much that happened.
Yeah, no, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, the December meeting is unless something drastic is happening, there's not much happening in December for us, unfortunately. But
Little extra from Christina.
a little extra for Christina. So we do, just a reminder that they are every second Tuesday of every month on our YouTube. And because it's a little bit slower, we're starting to update more of the website after the holidays.
Cool. Treasurer or FOA? Jeanette and Dave are both here.
I think just a reminder to anyone new or someone submitting receipts is just make sure you have your itemized and your full payment. You can put them on the same file, you can submit them by photo, scan, just make sure that you have full, complete, receipts, and then if you can type a brief, like what department it's for, and maybe what event it was for, that helps us kind of file them away. So, we have quite a few people submitting receipts already, so that works well.
Yay, people are spending their budget.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Dave? Okay. Yeah. Go
For
ahead.
committee announcements.
Go ahead.
Okay. For Main State Jobs Committee, I did finally have enough time and bandwidth away from work to be able to send out the scheduling meeting. I'm going to put together an agenda for our next meeting as well. You should know if you were a part of that meeting. If you were part of the first one and you did not get my email about the scheduling, please send me an email and I will forward you the scheduling email. I'm going to put together an agenda for it, but the 2 main items that I have in mind are getting together a full tech dry run on Thursday evening and stage manager training. My goal is to have a complete dry run of all of the technology on Thursday evening, just so we don't have anything to set up or anything more to set up Friday morning before opening ceremonies. And I'd like to talk about the logistics of that with everybody. Secondarily, and relevant to that, is stage manager training. We talked about the stage manager position, basically somebody who is going to be the director and creative lead for the various things that are going to be happening on the main stage. We talked specifics about that in the meeting, but long and story short, there's going to be a training to do that role sometime before the con, and because of that tech dry run, it's probably going to have to not be on that Thursday. It'll probably have to be sometime before. So we'll probably have to figure out a time then. The relevant departments to that role are cosplay, programming, guest relations, and all the tech departments. If you're a member of one of those departments and you would like to learn more about that role, contact your department head. If you're not part of one of those departments and you're interested, you can send me an email. We can talk about it and kind of what's required of that. Having a background in anything like streaming or event tech or running video cameras, videography, all of those are helpful.
Honestly, I think if you've ever been in a high pressure anything with having to direct people.
Yeah. The main thing that you have to be able to do is that you have to make a decision. You have to be able to make a decision for people and you have to make it quick.
Wrong is better than nothing.
Yeah.
You said main stage. This also applies to the Mill City stage?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure it out.
Also, we talked to Ellen because February 28th we're going to be back at the Hyatt for a staff meeting, so we should see if there might be things we can do while we're there.
Yep, I'll keep that in mind.
And it's kind of a good timing. We should pretty much know what our plan is by then. So.
And if there's any other items to throw onto the agenda for that next meeting, please let me know, especially if we've got acts and guest panels and things like that that we know we're going to go onto the main stage. If we can start talking about those, that would be swell.
Yeah. Don't think anybody from the game committee is here other than me. And I've been paying almost no attention to it. I think that there is a meeting on Discord coming up this Wednesday. If you are interested in jumping in on that, email gamecommittee@animateddoor.com, and you can get the Discord invite, all that for figuring that stuff out. Admins, these still exist. I kind of already said it. But yeah, please, if you are a department that is still running something as a one-person show, especially, please try to identify somebody to be your admin. We're getting into the time of year when email sitting for a week and a half without getting a response is really bad. So, again, I understand life is hard. My life is really hard right now when I'm having times when I'm pretty down for a while. Fortunately, I have a whole care team. So if you are in a department and you don't have anybody backing you up who can make sure things are getting addressed, try to fix that as soon as you possibly can. I think the admin role is an easy way to do it, but if you'd rather do it with a subhead or you'd rather do it without naming that person anything special, I don't really care, as long as somebody is on top of it. Yeah.
Update in the chat on the game committee.
Yeah.
There's a committee meeting Wednesday at 7.
Cool. Open leadership positions is still nothing, except for shadowing buttons in guests if you are interested in taking that over in the future. You may have to wrest it from her cold dead hands, but departments in need of staff, lots of them. Social media, can still use them. Volunteers, I already talked about briefly. A volunteer comm suite, I think, is in a similar place where they're kind of at the numbers they had last year, but that was pretty rough last year. So a couple other people who can help out in Volcon would be great. Video screening and video gaming both particularly need people to do night shifts. If you know any night owls that have not been dragged onto staff yet, please do so. Video production, you said like two other people?
More would be helpful, but
Sure.
1 or 2 minimum.
Okay. I think facilities we mentioned already. MK is like 6 people, but still, she should probably not be doing things alone. Operations talked about, kind of at that can make it run level, but another couple would be good. And photography talked about as well.
And remember, there are cards and flyers up here, so if you've got
Yes.
any friends who are not on staff, good friends give cards to their friends and staff.
Friends don't let friends not conventional.
Yes.
In the back first.
Yeah, accessibility will need more staff, but we are especially going to need people that can take a few shifts in the quiet room. So if there's someone that already has a job in another team but wants a few quieter hours and just wants to kind of chill and supervise a little bit, please let us know.
Cool, that sounds good. So yeah, let accessibility know if you want to do some quiet room time. And then Allie?
I'm jumping back to game committee for a second because they posted more in the chat.
Okay.
If you have any quest items that your department would like to help with, submit your ideas by the end of this month.
Yeah, so they did send something out. If your department is able to sort of have a table or a space within your larger space to do something, to play some role. We did kind of code phrases last year. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but or then stamps last year. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but something similar this year. If your department can help out and be an active part in the game, please let the game committee know.
That's game committee who?
Game committee at animateddoor.com. So, yeah. It's who is heading it? Denon and Caitlin are kind of the 2 primaries, and Jacob's pretty big on it as well from charities. So, in theory, me, but I need to have time and energy. Leadership contact form. All right, this is officially not working well. Many people have still not filled this out. Thank you to those who do. I'm not going to read the whole thing again, but I do want everybody with a subhead or admin or higher position to get their info on the leadership contact form. Again, we're entering the period where not responding is bad. If you really don't like email, make sure you fill this out and be like, hey, get me on Discord instead. get me by text instead.
I did actually fill it out twice, cause I thought maybe it'd go through the first time, and it's still not updated.
Oh,
So that may be why you're not seeing people filled out, cause it's not
okay,
being updated.
okay. And did you use the form?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I thought maybe I convinced myself I didn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll do it a second time, it's still,
That's interesting. It's possible nobody is checking the form.
yeah.
Because when Christina rebuilt the spreadsheet, she just put like the 2 tabs in where it's kind of pretty easy to just enter the information there too. So I will make sure that there aren't a bunch of ones sitting in the form that haven't been moved
Slide
over.
on the screen, please.
What's that? Oh,
Then you said what's that? So
No, we're good.
okay, cool. There is the link to the form, and I will make sure that the form is not sitting with a bunch of responses. And so then, yes, please ignore me if you are on this slide, meant to shame, and you shouldn't be. So.
That's what I thought. I was like, what?
I'm just gonna fill it out again, cause
I'm
I
pretty
don't.
sure I filled it out too.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty sure I
definitely
filled
not
it out too.
updated.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at the form.
That's a skill issue because I filled it out and I'm not there.
I thought I did, I couldn't get it, and I'm like,
Yeah. Okay. Staff dinner. So this is the one that I skipped from facilities earlier, not because it's not important, but because I already got a slide for it. So, you should have received an email from facilities with, it was originally a bad link, it got fixed, but the correct link is also in this presentation, as well as the forms directory, I think on the Discord as well. So this is obviously our Sunday night staff dinner, 6 p.m. in the 4th floor Great Lakes, what you all think of as Artist Alley. So if you fill out the form, you can give your preferences regarding drinks, you can see the expected menu. It is useful for facilities to know how many people are coming, but the most important thing on this form is dietary restrictions. We talked about this briefly, so I'll say it again only quickly, but we've tried before to just kind of tell the hotel, like, hey, we need some vegetarian real options, hey, we need some this, we need some that. It has not worked. So we are getting very specific details and going to make much more clear demands this year for what else needs to be in there besides the menu, which the offered menu is very good if you can eat it, but if you need something else, please let us know so that we can make sure you can eat something delicious as well. There is a deadline of February 21st. However, if you fail to RSVP to the staff dinner, that does not mean you are not invited to the staff dinner. All staff are invited to the staff dinner. We do want to make sure that's very clear. Ongoing budget, I will be quick about this, especially because Jeanette already kind of mentioned, she was just talking about being clear in your receipts. Please do keep your own budget as you go whenever you spend money. Obviously the treasurers, it is their job to keep track of it, but if you can, on your own budget document that you filled out, just keep a running total as well. Hey, we spent this on this. It will help you make sure you're staying in budget, know what you have to play around with. And then next year, it will also help you in making your requests. I am going to expect when you submit your budget next year that you have in there, this is what we spent on each of these things last year. And you will have a better time asking for more if I can see what you spent. So please do keep track of that. Puzzle Game Committee, we already mentioned before, but there's the email again, gamecommittee@animedetour.com. Join staff again. Yes, you really do have to do it. For some reason, PowerPoint lost its mind, and this QR code did not want to play nice, so I had to delete it and
I don't have it.
drop in another copy. What, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, actually, no. If you're using the one that is on
The
shared
shared
drive
drive.
right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. Every
Sorry.
time I closed it and reopened it, it broke again. So yeah, I got rid of it and uploaded it fresh. Hopefully that'll work now. So I will update the version after this. So.
Sorry, stream. You got to type in the link yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
How rude.
I'm sure somebody will be so nice as to put the link in chat.
Yeah.
Surely.
tinyurl.com/join AD staff. I did stupidly put capital letters, so it's capital J in join, capital AD, capital S in staff, 26. But there you go.
All virtuous.
I know.
So what I could say is There's 21 responses to that staff contact form. It looks like it's just not updating properly. But yes, we have both of Kaida's responses in there. There's a couple people who have responded twice. So
We'll list her twice. Just in
So
case.
yes, they are in the form now. It's just not updated.
So we will update that, and then I will make a new naughty list and distribute it for everyone to do.
Oh, I'm not guessing.
All right. Next meeting, we are back at Oxborough in Bloomington, River Valley Room. It will be Saturday, January 10th. We're back to our normal Saturday time of 2 o'clock. 2 to 3 for the main meeting. 2 to 4 we have the room for the meeting after the meeting.
And we've moved into twice a month.
Yeah, we have moved into twice a month.
January.
So yeah, you do see the future dates there. So we'll do January 10th. We'll do 2 weeks later on the Sunday, January 25th, February 7th. A little bit of an extra gap because February 28th will be at the Hyatt Regency again. Facilities is working that out with Doug. If you have any thoughts on useful things to do at that February 28th meeting while we're at the Hyatt, that would be hard to do when we're not at the Hyatt. Communicate with primarily MK and facilities. We can ask Doug for things. Obviously, the hotel is probably doing other things that weekend. But they are very nice to us when they have space that is not being booked. They're pretty kind about letting us use it for our purposes. So if you think of a purpose that would be good a month before the con, let us know, and we will see if we can do it. And then March 14th will be the battle plan. So please be prepared for that. We haven't talked about it as much this year since we did it last year. But that is our final meeting, and it is the one where we really, really, really want to have at least someone, at least a representative from every department at it. I have some thoughts for some things we didn't do last year that I'd like to do this year to make it even more useful, but it's kind of our last chance to all get together and figure out how we're going to talk to each other, what things are, how things are really going to run properly at the convention, because we all know it gets crazy fast. That is all for the official meeting, unless there are questions. Yeah.
Is there a sign up for radio training, or do we just stay late?
You stay late. We do it after the meetings.
Okay.
And then there will be a couple of online sessions too. Scheduling for that will be coming in the not too distant future.
Okay. And you don't have them today, but you will have them probably
Not
January?
out today. Trying to keep it fresh in your brains.
Okay.
The only reason I have the radio today is because I was just at storage.
Yeah. Are you going to do one next meeting, or when do you
Next
think you're going to start?
meeting,
Okay, you are. Okay.
Yep, starting with the first January meeting, after every meeting after that, plus we will have 2 online sessions, plus when we do operations department training, there will also be a session for that.
Cool. All right.
I just need to know how to sign in for the meeting.
Scan the
The
QR
QR code
code.
going around somewhere.
Placard should be somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it got.
And if you're online, make sure you're
Yeah.
signing in through there
Came
too.
late.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, put a recognizable name and your department in the chat so we know who you are if you're in the chat. Anything else before we call the official meeting? Cool. I think we can go off.
Spay and neuter your pet.